This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, how there, ho there, Chef Cutter and welcome you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, January 21st, in the year 1990, John McEnroe was disqualified. He thought he had another chance. Anyway, as we all know, John McEnroe was basically the bad boy of tennis in the 1980s. Basically, his tantrums were world class. 1981 again in Wimbledon, he basically was upset over a line call and was upset saying, "You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious." And basically says to the umpire in the chair, "You are the pits of the world." He got fined equivalent $12,000 for that fine or something like that. So basically, there were a lot of problems with McEnroe and all that. He did win the 81 Wimbledon, so at least he got something right. However, in 1984, he had that famous meltdown in Sweden in the midst of one of his best seasons ever. He basically was mad at a few line calls that went out in Sweden. And he basically said, "No mistakes whatsoever" to the umpire. Second serve. "Answer my question! The question, jerk!" And he basically goes ballistic and nearly gets disqualified from that match. But thankfully, he didn't. So yeah, his antics are terrible and all that. And a lot of people said that that's what made tennis watchable in the 80s, to see what the players would be like. But, it'd be kind of like goons in hockey and all that. Basically, they're missing the point. But anyway, Mac won a few Grand Slams. But in 1990, he suffered an indignity, his first massive disqualification. And disqualifications at majors are very rare. I mean, I know last year Novak Djokovic got disqualified from his match at the U.S. Open for inadvertently hitting the ball woman with a return. Like, he basically swatted the ball out of frustration and it hit a lineswoman, and that's a disqualification. Because if Shapo or Denis Shapovalov got disqualified for accidentally throwing a ball in anger and hitting the chair umpire, which made him default a match. Basically, Novak was in trouble. And Novak was aiming to become probably the best U.S. Open guy out there. He probably would have won the championship. He had a long winning streak, too. But unfortunately, he failed. But John McEnroe in 1990 came by. McEnroe rarely played the Australian Open. I know he would play a lot of French Opens, U.S. Opens, and Wimbledon, but man, I can't believe he rarely went to Australia. So McEnroe basically played a match against Mikael Pernfors, who was a decent Swedish player. And McEnroe basically was doing okay. He was up 2-1, but his anger ruined him. In the first set, after a bad out call, he decided to bounce the ball on his racket in front of the lineswoman. That's a code violation. And then the second time, he smashed his racket, code violation. And then the third time, he got mad at the umpire and the tournament referee. And all that. And unfortunately, because of his obscenities, that strike 3, he's out, and he defaulted to Pernfors. Now, McEnroe was under the impression he got one more code violation, because at that time, there were 4 code violations. It's 4 strikes, you're out. Unfortunately, tennis decided to make it 3 strikes, you're out. Practically making McEnroe lose. He wasn't really playing well in Australia as is, so, you can't blame him. So anyway, thanks for watching this on this day. I know there should be another good one, but I couldn't think of another one. So anyway, I do.